Today's heart-centered practice is be true. I've been thinking a lot about this right now because there's so much out there that feels like we don't know how to respond to it. We're trying to figure out if this person or this country or that country or this politician or that scientist or this religion or that religion is telling the truth. When I was a little kid, I loved the idea of truth because I felt like in my heart I understood what was true. And if I listened to that, everything calmed down. It was such a relief. It was a relief to know that the truth is true no matter what. And what I knew when I was a kid was the truth was that love was everything. Love was all. Now, this didn't mean that I wasn't confused or anxious or doubtful. I grew up in a really loving family, but my loving parents were almost never home. And so if I woke up in the middle of the night freaked out, I didn't have two parents whose bed I could go climb into. And that's where truth became such a comfort to me, because I could get quiet and feel in my heart what I knew to be true, the love I knew to be true, even if it wasn't manifesting right that moment around me, and everything in me calmed. And that's really what I've been thinking about lately, how most of us have been trained to forget to listen to our own hearts. You know, when we were growing up, we were told our parents knew what was right, our teachers knew what was right. As we got older, it was our peers or our bosses or the politicians, scientists, somebody out there knew what was right, and we stopped being able to listen to what we knew was true in our own hearts. And what calms us always in our own hearts is if we reconnect in love. And so that's why in today's blog, which goes into this in a lot more detail, I talk about how important it is to develop a practice where we begin to reconnect with our own compass of our own true self, and remember that our true north still exists, and that true north is always love. And so I'm going to suggest a little heart-centered practice that was discovered and has been shared in profoundly transformative ways by a woman named Byron Katie, whose life was a fearful, hot mess until this came through to her. Basically, when fear tries to get your ears, she suggests that you ask yourself 4 questions. Question number 1, is it true? Question number 2, can you absolutely know it's true? Question number 3, how do you react? What happens when you believe that thought you're having? And question number 4, who would you be without that thought? Use those 4 questions to turn whatever thought is disturbing you around. And when you do that, you've invoked the power of truth. And that truth is always powered by love. We're like movie projectors, and all of us. And the world we're seeing is a projection of our internal beliefs and thoughts. That's why it's so important right now for each of us to recalibrate to our true north, our true selves, the truth of love that heals. So today's daily practice of heart-centered love is to be true. Ask yourself those 4 questions and rediscover the truth of love that always heals. This is how we're going to take love viral, because love always heals.